This video is meant for you, the person that loves reading self-improvement books, loves setting goals, loves researching, loves acquiring more knowledge, loves watching success documentaries, and you still haven't found success in your own life at the level you want. And the great thing is success is ridiculously simple. You don't need another self-improvement book. You don't need another goal sheet. What you need is 2 concepts. And once I put a ban on self-improvement books in my own life, and once I implemented these 2 things, my entire life changed. This video is not going to have fancy editing. It's not going to have music. It's going to be ridiculously simple. So if you have the attention span of a goldfish, feel free to click away. But this video should make you feel peaceful, relaxed, and you'll realize that success is so close for you. It's so simple. The first thing you're going to do, stop reading self-improvement books and set the goals, but instead of setting the goals, write down the actions you need to take. So the mistake a lot of people make is they write down goals and then they just put the list on their computer or they stick to their fridge and that's it. The goal of making $100,000 a month, the goal of traveling the world, but goals are impossible to achieve unless you have the actions tied to the goal. So instead of writing down goals, I want you to write down the actions you need to take to get to those goals. For example, if I wanted to be a hiker, instead of writing be a hiker, I would write go hiking once a week. Now that's something I can actually check off on my calendar. So you are probably the type of person that doesn't need more knowledge, doesn't need more information. You don't need to listen to more motivational music. You don't need to take a 5 a.m. shower. You don't need a cold plunge. The only thing you need to do is take action. Take insane action in your life. This is what I did in my life. I stopped reading self-improvement for a period of time. Now I've reintroduced it back into my life, but I stopped it for a while and I only let myself take action. So every day I would do things like, okay, let me submit an application to Harvard. Let me try to sign a $10,000 client. Let me pitch that person on a $2,000 deal. Through this whole thing, I got rejected a ridiculous amount, but the great thing is the more action you take, the more rejection you'll get. And the more rejection you get, the closer you are to success. Because you just need the reps, right? Some people put in 200 reps. Those are the people that are successful. If you've put in 10 reps and you think, oh, I must be doing something wrong, I got rejected 9 out of 10 times. You're not doing something wrong. You just need more reps. You don't need to read another book about how to fix your problem. You don't need to watch another motivational YouTube video. I used to spend hours watching these YouTube videos explaining how to be successful. This video, I want it to be different. This video, I'm not telling you, honestly, if you're motivated now, stop watching this video, go take action, but I'm going to explain how action can change your life, and it's just transformational. So think about this. If you were the smartest person in the world, you woke up every morning and you thought about that, awesome business plan you were going to start. You thought about the life-changing invention that's going to solve cancer. You thought about it every single day. Let's say you're the smartest person ever. None of that means anything unless you act on it. Now let's say, there's bugs everywhere. Now let's say you're someone that, you're not that smart. I've met a lot of people that aren't very smart running businesses that make over $100,000 a month because all they do is they take action forward. They send 20 emails. They film 20 YouTube videos. They, pitch 20 clients. Think about the person that's not very smart, that maybe doesn't have the best idea ever, but every single day they work towards that goal. They work towards that idea. The key here is messy action. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need the perfect strategy. You don't need strategy at all, quite frankly. You just need to take steps forward. You just need to take that action. So this video is meant to inspire you. And those 2 concepts that I mentioned earlier are action and conviction. You've just got to believe it. You've got to believe, oh my goodness, you've got to believe that you're able to do it. I know a lot of times, you see those movies where, oh, you need fairy dust, you need to believe, and then you'll be able to fly. I used to watch those and think, that's ridiculous. And then in my own life, when I scaled my business, I realized the first thing you need to do is just have an undying belief, undying conviction, and then action every single day. Because if you believe you can do it, and then you take steps every day towards that goal, you're going to achieve it. So success is way simpler than you think. If you cut out let's say you spend 5 hours a week right now reading self-improvement, reading that's doing nothing unless you're implementing, right? I want you to cut out the self-improvement books, and I want you to spend that additional 5 hours or that additional 3 hours you have actually working towards the goal. Because I used to make the mistake of, I would read books about how to start a business. I would read books about how to invest. I would read books about how to get a good credit score, but I didn't have a good credit score. Well, I didn't have a credit card at the time, right? Or I didn't have a successful business because I was spending all my time reading and none of my time doing. So stop. accumulating knowledge just for 6 months or just for a few months until you reach that next level of success. And then when you run into those issues, great. You go back, you get more knowledge. That way you can get that sense of conviction again. But until you have conviction and action, you're never going to get anywhere. So this video should honestly make you feel better because you're doing too much. You're reading too much. You're making success complicated. Success is not complicated. Success is extremely simple. You know exactly what you need to do to get to that next level, right? You know if you want a 6-figure job, you just had to ask your boss. Maybe they'll say no. Great. Apply at 5 other companies. Apply at 20 other companies during your lunch break. Then you can get the job. But you're probably reading Wikipedia articles on how to land a 6-figure job. And then you're like, great, I put in my work today. I did the work. I researched. Now you're going to close your computer and you don't do anything from there on out. So instead of researching, instead of consuming, start creating that dream life. Start taking action and just pair that action with conviction and you'll become unstoppable. You've got this. I hope this video motivated you. I'm going to link my rejection therapy blueprint in the description. It's basically a 43-page book about how to map out your goals, how to plan your dream life, how to implement, how I gamified my life using a point system. That way I could track my rejections and track my action. And that's what finally got me out of the habit loop of I stopped consuming success content and I started implementing. I hope this video is helpful. And there's tons of other videos like this on my channel that will hopefully inspire you to be more successful with less effort and with more simplicity. You've got this, action takers.